Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Barra, in Las Vegas, Nevada. Joined as I always am on Monday mornings by my lovely co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair, Jennifer Falah-Doring. Jen, how are you?
Good. Doing good.
Okay, I think I figured out what's going on with the chat. It didn't actually... People couldn't come in and chat until we actually started streaming. I apologize. There's been some changes in the way Restream works, the interface, and it makes a lot less sense than it used to. Let me double check that we're good over here on Rumble. Are we actually streaming on Rumble? We are. Okay, great. So great to see everybody here. Finally getting some chat in there. All right. It is a Monday morning news and Jentel show. I don't know if we have any Jentel. I hope we do. There is, 647 people on Rumble and 77 on YouTube. So something is screwed up with YouTube. Let me double check all the channels that I might be streaming to. Mike Barra 3, Mike Barra 2, Mike Barra 333.
I see it on
I'm on X.
Rumble streaming. It's going through our...
Yeah. So the thing is there
intro.
may be some issues with Rumble as time goes by. We may have to switch over to, it was super hard to find you this morning because previously we'd set a stream up and you guys could come in early and start chatting, and now it's just not there. So something's really messed up. Okay, but we will try to get through all that and ignore it. All right, in terms of news, I don't have any. Mark is on his way to, I believe, Mexico to have a stem cell procedure done for his MSMD condition, and he is optimistic that it is going to make him feel better. So I want everybody to pray for him today and tomorrow. I believe he's flying today. I believe the procedure is tomorrow, and he will be back on Wednesday. And he may make it in time for Whiskey and Wisdom, but he won't be doing any podcasts. It's just as well. There is no news. The only news out there is the Democratic National Convention starts today. And excuse me, but I have a runny nose. They've done things like they're setting up free abortion clinics and free vasectomy clinics outside the DNC. There are terrorists and rioters there. They have, according to one report, and I haven't verified this, they've actually dyed the Chicago River red in blood to represent abortion. That's what I saw. I saw a picture. Could be Photoshop. That's not confirmed yet. But it kind of looks like they're going full Satan. Jen, are you getting that that's real? I'll double check, but
I don't know. I mean, that would take a lot of dye. I don't think they're allowed to do that.
Yeah, it looks like
that's
Photoshop.
Probably Photoshop.
It looks like Photoshop, but anyway. Zester said that Mark started his treatment this morning. Okay, so he flew yesterday. I wished him well. Everybody pray for Mark. And I know this is going to be an uncomfortable and probably painful procedure, but they have had a lot of success with alleviation of symptoms with this. And hopefully Mark is going to feel better. Hopefully all this whole thing will go down and we can get him in a fucking med bed soon. That would be really nice. But failing in that, this is what Mark has to do to continue to keep his quality of life up. So everybody love him and support him and be there for him. The other bit of news is really interesting. Jen, on Monday, I believe you said Kamala is going to be gone. She's going to make it to the DNC, but shortly thereafter, I think you said she's going to be replaced because of some scandal that develops. And we kept poking you, embarrassment, and we kept poking you and saying, is it sexual? Is this because we know she has a horrific sexual history? And you said, no, it's not. It's something else. And then basically yesterday, Saturday night, guess what comes out? People start talking about, is she drunk? Look at her. She's giving these speeches and she's obviously fucking drunk, right? She's drunk and she's an alcoholic. She is a probably blackout drunk alcoholic. You cannot have an alcoholic in charge of the nuclear codes any more than you can have a dementia patient in charge of the nuclear codes. That started to break yesterday. It feels like, Jen, that's going to be a Jentel confirm, and that's going to build and snowball and eventually probably lead to her having to not be on the ticket. What do you think? Do you feel like we're getting some
Trying to get information about the convention, about the political, because for the Jentel today, but I feel like there's many plans in place here. They're going to see how the public responds, and if they're going to pivot. Same thing with the other side, with our side. They're going to use whatever plan they decide to go with to their advantage. So it's really confusing as I look forward right now. So I got what I got today for the Jentel, but it's quite a bit.
Okay. Does anybody want to see Kamala drunk, or are we good on that? Because it's pretty obvious.
I think we've all seen Kamala drunk.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious she's drunk. All right, then why don't we just turn it over to you and let you go. Let me see if I can find my banners anywhere. There they are. There they are. Okay, Jentel banner, and I'll make you go solo. Can't do that. Let's go. There we go. All right.
Hi. This is Jentel for August 19th, 2024. Yes, it is the 19th. Interdimensional Meditation by Jennifer Fallah Doring. I called in Archangel Michael, Gabriel Haniel, and Raphael and went into meditation, 6th level of heaven, to talk to them. Interesting.
Wow. You have a Ninja Turtle quorum there. You have 4 of them. That's pretty cool. 4 of them?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I got a big team. Well, there's more than that. But, sometimes I just feel like, well, I don't know why I call who I do, but they were there. Mostly just talk to Gabriel. But interesting. When I go into meditation and I'm feeling a little foggy, like Monday morning, like everybody else, I'll reach my hand out and take one of their hands. So when I reach my hand out to Gabriel, he just takes my hand like a connection, just holding it. Today, when I walked up and I put my hand out, he came in and put his arm, so he grabbed my elbow and I grabbed his elbow. And he said, "Are you ready for the transition to take place?" I'm like, yeah. Let's do it. All ready. Okay. All stocked up. Everything's cool. So let's do that. He said that before I had time to think. Keep that in the back of your mind. And basically, so I wrote down on the Jentel, political transition is underway. All right. So we've got quite the week to watch. And I don't know how this is all going to play out because, like I said, there's many things moving right now. So I said, what happens at the DNC convention? He said, they do put Kamala up there. They got nothing else. He was talking about the running mate. Okay. And I didn't get that clear information. So keep an eye on what they do with her running mate. What happens at DMC? Kamala takes the lead and is confirmed as or presented as the presidential candidate. They try and bribe the public in every way you can think of. And that's why I smiled when he said there's already free stuff out front, because they're going to try and buy everybody's vote. They're going to come out. They're going to lie. They're going to tell you, I'm going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to cancel your day. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to pull a lot of crap. The public perception of the DNC is met with backlash. Not good. Not good at all for them. Then more info comes out about the current president, vice, and running mate. The only chance the dark side has right now to pull this thing off is to try to arrest Trump in September, as far as anything with a presidential campaign goes. The war, you'll get that later, that nobody wants a war anymore. So they've been trying to push that. Now, so this is where it got all confusing, different moves that could take place. So when I summarized this part about the info comes out about the current president, vice president, that continues on, the running mate. And so what it looks like is that they run out of options and they're really going to try and push to, on the sentencing date, I guess it's September 18th or something like that, they're really going to try and arrest him. Now, along the way, we see more public figures leave or are met with a tragic end. And I see the cancellation of the U.S. election and an intern government structure take place. Now, I don't know if I jumped on one of the timelines, but that's what I saw. That's what I saw. But we're really going to have to watch and see how this rolls out here. It's just really confusing when I look at it. There's just too many moving parts to this. I got no one wants a war anymore, so that's not going to work. So they either arrest Biden or kill off that character to make room for Kamala to get in office before the election. Now, I saw that way back then, a while ago, as a possibility. That is a possibility. So I don't know if I'm seeing all the possibilities today because there were so many moving timelines, but or plans. But that administration is crumbling, and what they're going to try to get her or somebody into office now. All right, RV news. The plan is to send out notifications this week between Wednesday and Friday. And what is Friday? Everybody, raise your hand. August 23rd.
25th.
And if they come out on August 23rd, I totally want bonus points for that. All right, August 23rd, God wins. That's going to be awesome. Let's do that. We're going to want to watch the markets after Kamala is announced as the candidate, because we're going to have a lot of things happen then. It's not going to be good. But for the RV, we're going to watch numbers rise and fall and be in a place to proceed. So there is something about that that's important. So we're looking for notifications between Wednesday and Friday. That is the plan as of now. If nobody screws it up as of this moment in time, don't come at me at Friday and say, well, it didn't happen. Sit down, shut up. This is a moving war and a plan. All right. Now, at the end of this, the end of the meditation this morning, he said something very interesting. He said, everyone is watching the parade. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know if there actually is a parade or if the entire world is watching this ridiculous attempt to try put a candidate in for them. I don't know, but everyone is watching the parade. So I don't know if something's going to happen. I have no idea what's going on. So that's what I got this morning. That will be put out in typed up version on Philosophy on Telegram and Jennifer Doring on Telegram. And you guys can read it later and go back. So when the archangels do something like that for me, before I have time to think and screw it up, something's happening. Okay?
Yeah.
Something's about to happen. So this is going to be an interesting week. Really feel confident about the 21st to the 23rd. Everybody does. I'm feeling like I feel that from like just right now, just feeling the energy on that possible notifications. So let's see how it plays out, and hopefully nothing screws it up.
Pretty juicy stuff. Today, what I did while you were talking is I put the highlights in chat, which helped me focus on what you were saying. So let's go back over and do a little crosstalk and talk about them. Are you ready for the transition to take place? That's like, to me, that's big because he's saying it's happening. Like
It's,
now.
you know what, that and the way he took my arm. Now, who, when let's say two men walk up to each other and they do that, what are they?
They're bros.
They're soldiers.
Oh, you mean the elbow? Oh, so it's like the elbow handshake.
You go, instead of taking each other's hands, you grab each other's inside of the elbow.
Yeah,
like
the Roman hand. That's a Roman handshake. That's the way the Romans used to do it. Yeah.
That's how he's dressed too. So that's interesting, and that surprised me.
Yeah, it's an ancient way of doing it.
I think we're in for some pretty major activity going on.
Okay. DNC, he also said keep an eye on Waltz. Yeah, the horse just drinking gay candidate. This guy is a weirdo of epic proportions, and I think that continues to be exposed. And he's just so unnatural because everything about him is phony. I mean, they introduced him today at an event as a command sergeant major. It is now established he never achieved that rank of command sergeant major. Command sergeant major is the highest an enlisted man can go in the military or a structure, National Guard. He was in the National Guard. He wasn't really in the military. So that's a lie. So everything they say about him is a lie. And then you said Kamala is going to be presented as the candidate and they will try to buy votes any way they can. Well, that's how you know they're Democrats.
They will try to bribe the public. So I think this is the theme of the whole convention. You know, you're going to get this free and you're going to get that free and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Guess what? And everybody's like, it's like everyone's so stupid and they're just going to vote for that.
Yeah, I think that's going to lead to the next thing, which is that the DNC gets a huge backlash because they're not, it sounds like what you're saying is they're not going to propose solutions to the current problems that we're dealing with. They're just going to try to say, well, if you vote for us, we'll give you this and we'll give you that and we'll give you the other thing. And of course, they'll never follow through with that. I'm still waiting. By the way, I'm still waiting for my middle class tax cut from Bill Clinton from 1992. Still waiting for that, Bill. So, and I think people are in no mood to buy it. So I can see where Gabe nailed it, where it says that they, so that, and this is so fascinating to me, Jen, because as much of a prophetess as you are, potty mouth though you may be occasionally, the potty mouth prophetess. In 2010, I wrote this book called The Choice, right? And actually wrote it in 2009. And what I said is at the end, the established power structures, the established hierarchies will try everything to, keep their foot on top of the anthill and try to put the genie back in the bottle and try to put the toothpaste back in the tube, and it will blow up in their faces. And it's like, and I said it would happen by 2024, and here we are. And it's like, wow, it's you are seeing exactly the same thing I saw from a completely different perspective 14 years ago. And here we are, and it looks like it's happening.
That's crazy. Are you sure you didn't channel that?
No, I'm not sure. I think I did. Channel it.
That's pretty cool.
In fact, when I write, especially the fiction, I don't plan anything out. It's like I don't make outlines. I sit down, I put my hands on the keyboard, I open my mind, and all the words just come out. So I know that that's coming from my higher self.
That's how I do it too.
Yeah. So
when I was a kid, that's how I would write classical piano pieces that were just mine. I never wrote them down, but like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then like a year and nothing.
Yep. Now, I'm not going to get any credit for this, but I just think it's so exciting that it's actually going that way. Gabe says that the only chance that, Jen, I also forgot to put up all of our sponsors. Let me just get those down. And yeah, and then get Jennifer Fladoring up there. Okay, sorry. Well, when we go to that.
It appears that way. Like with that comment, the only chance the dark side has is to try to arrest Trump. So I felt like with that information, that's what they see. Like that's all we have left. We got to do everything.
To try to kill him, yeah, to try to get him. And so I think that will be dramatic. And it also brings up something else that I put out over the weekend. And, God, that could be anywhere in my I could be so far down my posts, but come on, damn it. It's interesting because sorry, go ahead. Did you have
something? Well, I'm just thinking like for the notifications, I think the convention is the cover, like in all the news going along with that. They're going to try and do it during that time because the numbers are also going to be where they're need to be. Right.
I am looking for this.
Hopefully nothing messes up.
I want to share it. So here's the essence of it. By the way, Matthew Perry apparently was murdered. So that should tell you some interesting things about Hollywood. Yeah, here it is. Okay, let me do the share here real quick because I think it's relevant to the arrest thing and the sentencing. On Saturday, I posted about Judge Merchant. Now, if you don't know who Judge Merchant is, he's the absolutely, totally corrupt judge who oversaw Trump's New York trial. And he wrote on August 14th, July 2nd, he wrote, the July 11th, 2024 sentencing date is therefore vacated. This is when Trump was going to be sentenced for his ridiculous kangaroo court convictions. The court's decision will be rendered off calendar on September 6th, 2024, and the matter is adjourned to September 18th, 2024 at 10 a.m. That's when Trump is supposed to appear for the imposition of sentence, if such is still necessary, or other proceedings. Juan M. Merchant. And what I wrote is that when we read this, we all thought corrupt Judge Merchant meant that the case would be overturned by then. In reality, this was 11 days before the assassination attempt on Trump. It now looks as though he thought that Trump would be assassinated by then. So, how do I do this? So, Jen, I do think they are absolutely focused on that being their chance to get rid of him. And if I was him, I wouldn't show up. I would say, I don't recognize the court's authority. I think the conviction is a joke. I'm not going to show up. You've already tried to kill me once, and I'm not going to let you try to kill me again. Do you see Trump showing up to that proceeding or not? Because if he shows up, there's going to be a confrontation of police forces.
I see some kind of major disturbance happening outside when he tries to go in.
Wow.
Looks like another assassination attempt.
Yeah, if I was him, I wouldn't show up. So there's going to be an assassination attempt again. Great.
Or they're telling me maybe he doesn't show up because of that. Trying to get him in a public
setting. Yeah.
Compromised place. Okay, so what I was just getting is the White House really along the way. Now it may have we had the idea that all this information, all the crimes against humanity, all that stuff, that major stuff, not so much. But what I see happening and people falling out of power is them taking the path of least resistance to get a majority of that out little by little. So they're leaking it out as we go. And I've seen it over the last few months happen. Like, I believe information, they're trying to impeach Biden now because of all the money that he's received. So it's like they filtered it all in here and there, so it's accepted and it's not such a big shock, because when you hit somebody with too much at once, they forget half of it, for one, and they think it's not real.
So you're talking about her alcoholism? Is that what we're talking about here?
I don't know about that, but I'm talking about with the Biden and the taking money from other countries and all of that, the crimes. All of a sudden, we're seeing a lot of, we thought that it was going to be this big blow up, EBS, everybody gets taken out at once.
Yeah.
All the information comes out at once. It really looks like they're starting to filter that in, or maybe even conditioning the public to be ready for shocking things like that to come out, because, well, we had this and we had that, and he took this amount of money from all these countries, and they started freaking wars and all this other shit. So it's interesting to watch, because I really think we're going to have an escalation with the information that comes out about, and we're going to have more people falling out of positions of power, whether it be business or government.
Yeah, that was in there. Yep. And nobody has the stomach for war. I mean, there were some stories that started to break again over the weekend about Biden taking bribes directly. There was some official acknowledgement. It's interesting that the media has started to turn against Kamala Harris a little bit. And is that part of the plan now? They're like, well, she's not cutting it. We're looking at our polls. Are they going to maybe try to, I mean, in other words, is this all a part of a plan?
I asked him, I said, who else could they put in? He was talking about the running mate. Okay. I don't know what that's about, or if they're going to switch out her running mate. And maybe that will lend credibility to her somehow. But I just don't know. I mean, I feel like I asked Gabriel. So who else would they put in? Nobody wants to do it.
Nobody wants to do it. Yeah, nobody wants to get slaughtered by Trump. So then that means that then they go to the final move, which is to try to kill him or incarcerate him in the court in September, which, wow, that's interesting. That'll be interesting to watch. And then,
so I think it with the one thing that I did see, and this could be a possible timeline, is that when they continue on with the impeachment of Biden, they might just like kill off the character and put her in office. Because that's what I'm worried about, is that they're trying to do that. Or they'll see that, okay, there's no way we're going to win this election with anybody. We can't cheat anymore. It's not going to work. We don't have a pandemic. We don't have a war. We don't have anything. The only thing we got is to stick him in jail. And maybe we can get him, vulnerable enough.
Yeah. Either kill her
into office now. So
then she can start ruling as a dictator is the idea. She would, and that's when they're going to try to start a war.
Well, because then no matter what backlash they're throwing, they'd have to try and impeach her too, or pull her out too, but still gives them time to start putting out some executive orders or whatever it is to start their agenda. We'll have to see how it plays out.
Okay. And then the RV news, you got Wednesday to Friday this week. And yeah, Jen, Friday is the 23rd. 23rd. Frankly, if you get to Thursday, I'm calling it as you nailed it
Close enough, yeah.
Because Thursday will be the 23rd somewhere else in the world, right? So
sure.
And then you said,
it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, actually, I want the RV more than I want you to be right. As much as I love you, I want you to be right, but I'd rather have the RV today and have you be, oh, I missed it by a whole 5 days or 4 days, than wait till Friday. But that's just me. I'm
fine with close enough.
You also said watch the markets after Kamala Harris is announced as the candidate or as the president.
No, yes, Kamala is running. This is who we're endorsing. This is really happening, and we're gonna
You think market volatility is
once they have the convention and the DNC is behind her and saying, yeah, she's on the ticket, that's gonna be a problem.
That would be Thursday night. She gives her speech. Friday, the 23rd, the markets would start to have issues when we might.
Well, what he said was, cancellation of U.S. election, interim government take place once war. That's probably over in the RV section. Watch the markets after Kamala is announced. The numbers will rise and fall and be in place to proceed. So we've got things. I don't know if they do it or if it's justified that way. I don't know how that happens, but we're going to see a lot of movement there.
Okay.
And everyone is watching the parade. Was interesting.
Yeah, go back to that last thing before that. It was interim government. Well, I guess I missed that part. That's
the Grassley scenario. That's right. This administration, that's where, he's out. Kamala's a drunk.
And then she's out. And then maybe that's when the interim government has to come in, right?
That's what I saw. Yeah. We'll have to see how that happens.
I'm going to try some different settings on my mic. Tell me if this is better or worse. I'm looking for a deeper or more resonance. Any difference? Sound any better? Any worse? No.
Number 1 was better.
How about now?
Being at the eye doctor.
How about now? No, yes, no, hello, no.
No.
Worse, better, worse, better.
That's fine.
Better, worse. Let's leave it there for now.
You're annoying.
And then everyone is watching the parade. You know what the parade is? The parade is when Trump is reinstated as the president. There's no need for an election. It's the 2020 election was stolen, and there's a big inaugural parade for the real president. That makes sense.
I don't know if it's actually a parade or if he's just, but that's just weird. It's just interesting the way he said that. It's not anything I was thinking.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? Why would I say that?
Yeah. Don't know.
All right,
guys, that is the Jentel for today. Exciting, interesting, fascinating stuff. And look, I want to address something. Sky Prince had a stream on Saturday, and she called for action because people are dying, and she's sick of waiting. And we all know this stuff could be implemented at the drop of a hat, basically. I don't blame her for being pissed off, but I think given what we just heard today and given this week, I think we should all wait a week. Now, I've also had people in my Telegram saying, well, what action are we going to take? I'll tell you what we could do. There's 1,300 of us or so in this chat right now. There's more people on Telegram. There's more people on Twitter. Here's what we could do. We could swarm, let's say Donald Trump Jr. Let's say he tweets something out. Well, we can swarm his tweets with replies about the RV. When are you going to do the RV? Why are you waiting? There's people dying. What about the medical technologies? Don't say med beds. Let's get them out there. Why are you guys waiting?
Why don't you act? We could literally take over his Twitter feed if we wanted to.
Well,
I'm
you
not saying
can.
today. I'm saying this is
But
what we could do, but I think we need to wait and see how this week plays out. Is what I
we
would
do
say.
not want to draw that much attention publicly to the RV right now. Are you going to delay it?
So let's give them a week.
See if they can.
See if they can convert it. See if they can get across the goal line.
Well, we've got cover with the convention and everything going on with them. We don't want to go up there and say, "Hey, guess what? Remember the RV? Anybody know what the RV is? Anybody that have the everybody start talking about the RV?"
I'm not saying do it this week, but I understand her frustration, and I think it's time. And maybe we can put some pressure on them if they don't act during this prime opportunity.
I saw on Facebook, and I don't know if it was fake or not, but it was like a video of somebody standing next to a sign that said Tesla MedBed Center.
It's probably fake. Yeah. There are these Tesla med beds. What people talk, they're electrical field med beds, and I think made of wood and stuff like that. And people have used them and have said that they've gotten good results out of it.
Well, I thought it was very interesting. Trump so connected to Elon Musk lately.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they're gonna do another live stream or Twitter space this week.
If you confiscated, let's say 200 med beds, like I saw years ago, and they were confiscated from the dark side and put into a giant holding facility somewhere in Europe, is what I saw. Now, who would you get to try to recalibrate those? And what I heard, just going to put it out there, is that they had to be recalibrated to the average human DNA.
Right. Okay. Because it is alien
That's
technology.
Interesting, too.
Right.
Now, who would you get to do that? Who would be able to do that and have enough money to do that off the books all this time? And the facilities in which to do that and the know-how in which to do that? Elon Musk.
Yeah, Musk.
It's an interesting connection.
Yeah, and it is an interesting connection because he could be the guy that could exploit the medbed technology. And, it's another thing.
Well, if it came out, there's another part of this. So if we just had like a group of people that nobody knows about, and it just comes on the scene, oh, hey, get in this med bed and we're going to fix everything about you, and people are like, no, I saw the Fly movie. All right. If a fly gets in, I don't want to, what if it kills me now? What if I come out with altered DNA? What if I'm all screwed up in 2 years? So we need to lend credibility to this. And Elon Musk has come out with the electric cars and the Tesla and all this other stuff over time, took over Twitter. And now he's talking to Donald Trump. And they're talking about a lot of controversial stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. And he mentioned
who could come out later and put his name on something to lend credibility to it. And to the public, so they would say, "Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing. Maybe I'll get in."
Yeah, if you put Musk's name on the technology, more people would trust that it was real. If they wanted to use the med beds, so
they would.
That is an interesting. Somebody said maybe the parade is going to be perp walks.
Oh, maybe the parade is just a convention.
Yeah,
everybody's watching to see what's going on, what's going to happen.
Okay, something like 1,450 of you guys in the live stream today. Thank you for being here. We do appreciate each and every one of you, and we really like it that you're here. Please do not forget to visit our absolutely wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at the CBDGurus.com. Go ahead and slide on over there. They got all kinds of great products for your health. Go slide to Mike B Wholesale. Click on that. Type in the discount code ALIEN, all lowercase ALIEN, and get this week's specials. Let's see. You got every order for $150 or more. You get 1 pound of CBD mushroom coffee. Wow. Anyway, what do we have on this special today? We've got the orange gummies, the full spectrum gummies, the mushroom coffee, the Delta 8 gummies, the Miracle Gold, the Make America Great Again ladies lounge pants, the mushroom gummies, some water-soluble stuff, the mixed flavors, pet treats, chicken flavor, and the immunity formula. That's what's on sale this week at wholesale prices over at the CBD Gurus. Don't forget to use the discount code ALIEN, ALIEN. Also, please slide on over to MikeBarrettPets.com. If you go to MikeBarrettPets.com, you can pick up all kinds of mushroom-based supplements for your health and for the health of your doggies, your kitties, and your horsies. They're all based on healing mushroom properties with Coriolis versicolor mushrooms, the reishi mushrooms, and there's all kinds of great stuff. Hit the shop now tab, slide on over there. I've got Barkley on the Mojos and the Mush Puppies. He's doing great. They've got the super sauce for the cats and the dogs, the Mush Ponies, and the Enforce products. Enforce Restore, Enforce Plus, Enforce Clarity for immune system boosting, organ restoration, excuse me, and Enforce Clarity works great for your brain, which I have issues with lately. So they got coffee, they got chocolates, they got starter packs, and Diana up there is a certified pet nutritionist. So by all means, slide on over and send Diana an email at MikeBarrettPets@gmail.com. Ask her about anything, any of the products. What's ailing you? What's ailing your dog? What's ailing your cat, your horse? She'll get you on the right stuff. Also, please, if you're going to buy gold or silver, let's do it over at milesfranklin.com. Our friend Andy Scheckman, who has all kinds of great sales going on for silver and gold. I can't afford gold, but I can afford silver. And all kinds of great products. Get your precious metals at milesfranklin.com. Don't go through Phil. Go to milesfranklin.com. And one last thing, do not forget to pick up your Ledger Nano S hardware crypto wallet. Link in the description. You get $10 of free Bitcoin. I get $10 of free Bitcoin. Everybody wins. Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over at jenniferfallah.com?
Well, if you would like to talk to me privately and have a reading with me, or if you would like to have a healing, you can go to jenniferfallah.com. Right now, we have a limited time offer for a 15-minute spirit guide check-in. And so what this reading is, it's new, trying to think of new things to do. But it is something that everyone lately has been asking about. And I thought it'd be interesting to go and talk to your truly divinely appointed primary guide, who has your script, who knows what you want to accomplish in this lifetime, and talk to them and see if you're on track. See if there's anything we could do to improve this experience. So that's a 15-minute. It's a quickie. You can get gift cards to pass out to others if you'd like. And that is on sale right now for, I believe, $59. We've got Susan on there. I have to get to my emails. I asked over the weekend on Telegram if there are any experienced licensed hypnotherapists, past life regression specialists. I am looking for one. I'm going to see how Susan is listed on my website there. I will be listing it there because so many times I run across individuals that would benefit for the addictions, phobias, things like that from someone like that. And Susan told me that, which I didn't know, she also does that, the past life regression. So if you want to go to Susan, there is a link for payment there for an hour reading. And ask her then, or an email. Her email's right there, if that's something that she does or could do for you remotely. Marcy Howell is on the website. If you need a house cleanse, a personal cleanse, you purchase there. Email after. Everyone needs to email your person after purchase and tell us what, whether you want to schedule with me. If you have a healing, you need to send me a picture and a first and last name to be put on the healing list. Let's see, any other updates right now? It's Monday, so of course it's probably going to take me a couple days to get through the emails. I will be doing some more healings tomorrow night, probably. I did a bunch before the weekend.
Oh, yeah?
So check your email if you've not gotten that confirmation that your healing is done. And that's it. Go to jenniferfalaw.com.
That is what is going on over at jenniferfalaw.com right now. Hey, Jen, before we get to the chat, let me minimize that. Before we get to the chat, I had a thing. There's a girl I know on Facebook. I just know her from Facebook and chatted a little bit. And I started getting these crazy voice messages, like on my Messenger, 15 of them. And
Not
she's
surprised.
manic and she's very disturbed. And I know she lives in Fort Worth, Texas. That's all I know. At least that's what it says on her Facebook. And I know that, it was she. I always thought she was a little weird. Now I really get that she's mentally disturbed. Her first name might be Carrie, but I don't even know if the name on her Facebook.
I don't want to put out first and last on here.
I don't even know if her name is for real. Can we try to do something to heal her to the point where she can go seek help? She needs to go to a hospital. She needs to go to a hospital in the psych ward and get some help.
We can pray for her. If you can give us some kind of direction, we can all pray for her. The problem with, if somebody's not crazy enough and doing harm to others, they won't put them in an institution. They won't do anything. At that point in time, it is their choice to seek help.
Right.
So you can pray that they choose to do that. But as far as me doing anything, I can't interfere with the free will.
Right. So would it be beneficial if I messaged her back? I think I'm going to do it via voice message because that's the way she communicated with me. That, look, Carrie, I think you're having some issues here and you should probably go see somebody like at the hospital. Would that help? Or would I only make things worse?
Is she angry with you?
No, she's not angry. She's just manic and just spouting all kinds of crazy stuff. And she knows a lot of people in the UFO community. She's telling me about different things and secret societies. It's just this crazy, intense, manic stream of consciousness stuff.
She thinks she's right.
Well, I hear that
not a lot you can do other than pray for them. I really don't think you telling her that she's crazy is going to.
Well, I wasn't going to say it that way. I was going to say you need to be talking to somebody about this. So, should I send her a message at all or not send her a message?
You're just going to set her off.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So,
and it's just going to get worse. So I would just say, I really can't provide what you need. So
okay. And let's all put Carrie into our thoughts and prayers and hope that she seeks the help that she needs from this point forward. So, all right. Again, let's slide over. We're going to slide over to the Rumble chat. On Rumble, please get over there, like this video, hit the thumbs up button. That really helps us get circulated. Again, don't forget that we have a channel now. Real News Live with Mike and Jen is the channel on Rumble. Make sure that you are following that channel and not the Real News Live account, because apparently an account and a channel on Rumble are two different things. The other thing you can do is you can hit the subscribe button at the bottom of the screen, and when you do that, you actually get let's see if we can maximize that. Yeah, you actually get I wonder if I do that. Is it better? Yeah, it's better. Wait. I like that. There we are. When you get on over there, the subscribe button, it's $5 a month. It's the best way to support the show. And you get your questions answered first. Please, again, I might remind everybody that what you need to do is to make sure you include the name of the person, place, entity, kitty, doggy, horsey, whoever you're asking about is the important thing.
And do understand that not all the questions will be answered every show, and we'd appreciate if somebody would just ask one question per show.
Yeah,
we do have other people.
We're going to try to keep it to one. So let's give us your real name. All right, Jen, let's scroll on through this. First of all, let's go through and do some thank yous. Let's start to Dave, Super Dave, aka Pork Chop. Another $100. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you. You're the best. We love you, Dave. And I don't know if Dave has a question in here, but he will definitely get.
No, he's just like a silent angel.
Yeah,
he just does stuff for people.
A rock and roll guy. Okay. Christine Packer says, please, everyone, hit the thumbs up button to help Mike and Jen. That's correct. That's the best help we can get. Actually, it gets our show seen by more people. Okay. Crow Deck. Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Hi, Mike and Jen. Jen and Mike. I have a 21-year-old cat named Whiskers. Wow, 21. Is she feeling okay? She is slowing down and her back legs are starting to get wobbly. Love you guys.
Got a lot of build up in the system on the joints, as well as it almost looks like narrowing of the intestines or something. So it's got some situation. Just feels stiff and uncomfortable. Yeah. Might want to give something for pain.
Yeah. What is it called? Silencia, I believe it's called. I give that to Miss Fluffy Muffy once a month. It's about $85. It's not cheap. It helps her back leg mobility so much. I can't over exaggerate it. It's phenomenal. Within hours, she'll be getting around much better. Go get her a Silencia shot at your vet. Absolutely take care of that. And that'll help Whiskers a lot. And then, send an email to MikeBarrettPets@gmail.com. Ask Diana what would be a good product to help Whiskers with her other digestive problems. She could probably help with that. So that's good. Carolyn, thank you. That's Carolyn and Whiskers. Lori Bakemeyer says, good morning. Hope you had a good weekend. I did. It was all football and sports, and it was fun. Okay, cool. Raul, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Good morning, Mike and Jen. So far, my thing going on with Marcia seems to be going well. Are we going to keep seeing each other?
That's Raul?
Raul and Marcia. Are they going to keep doing it?
So far, so good. Yes.
Ron is there saying there was no YouTube. I believe we're on YouTube. I think we must be.
It must have been the delay in being able to chat. I do see comments coming in from YouTube.
Connie Anderson, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, Jen, my son Aiden, A-I-D-A-N, is recovering from pneumonia and finished his antibiotic. Can you see if his infection has cleared up, or does he need to stay on it longer?
Might want to just keep going a little bit more with that.
Yeah.
There's a little bit still there.
Yeah. Dr. Sarah says Mark received his first procedure this morning. Well, that's wonderful.
Good.
Okay. Nikki wants to know, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. She says, is it just a coincidence that I see so many owls? OWLS. She sees a lot of owls. Are they mask memories for aliens, or what are they?
Lately, I don't know. She's talking about actual owls.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. It's summertime, and they come out in the evening and hunt.
There you go. Somebody says U-Haul trucks outside the White House at present. Okay. Well. AJ Bowden, I think, is Annette.
I know who that is.
Do you see anything disastrous happening at the Hyatt in Chicago this weekend? Yeah, somebody said something about that.
I see small things happening here and there. Looks like a bunch of chaos out front. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Laura, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, I was wondering if my granddaughter Taylor will marry her boyfriend Seth and what the time frame might be. Will Taylor marry Seth?
well, it's because you're the grandma and it's her business and she's not asking, so I can give limited information on this. There will be a proposal.
All right. Andy would like to know, he says, my brother-in-law is back to some older behaviors. Is he back on drugs again? Andy wants to know if his brother-in-law is back on drugs.
It's also private information.
Yeah.
He could use some assistance with this, yes.
That's a great.
He needs to get back into on the plan and the meetings and things.
Catalina, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, Jen, do you still see my mom, Maria, selling her home, or is she going to move back in?
What was the name again?
Catalina wants to know if her mom, Maria, is going to sell her home or move back into it.
Sells. She sells it.
David Murtos, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Hi, Jen. How do you see this school year? How do you see the school year going for my kids, Ryan and Hannah?
Okay, we want to be a little more specific with the information or with the questions for this kind of platform.
Sorry.
Pretty average.
Pretty
Pretty
average.
good.
Okay.
I mean, that's a real big general question. How does the year go for each child? We want to be a little more specific with that. Like what are you concerned about?
Dr. Sarah B, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Sarah, you got a couple questions in there. I'm going to try to pick one. Is to try to arrest Trump, is that part of the backlash? I think the backlash is sooner and the arrest thing is in September, right? I don't think they're connected.
That's going to be like their last ditch effort to get him out of this election. So as we move up to that, we're going to see a lot of stuff going on. And as far as the question for is anything going to happen at the convention? The front of the convention looks like all the crazies came out of the woodwork. That's what it looks like to me.
Christine Packer says, Jen, you gave Phil a lot of info for tonight. Oh, is he doing a stream tonight?
Stop it.
We're not going to give updates on the timing of the US dollar going gold backed, because that's a sequential series of events. It's all dependent on the RV happening first. So David Murdoch's got to meet William Shatner. I did a live commentary during the showing of Star Trek V. That's fun. Sounds like a blast. I happen to like Star Trek V better than a lot of people do. Yeah, U-Hauls are at the White House. Interesting. And Joe's going to speak tonight and then leave the convention. I wonder if he's going to leave everything. Okay, let's look at this. Tab of Smoo, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says their Tesla MedBed Center is not legit. I know this personally. Supposedly, their cans contain energy to realign body healing. No. Okay.
Yeah, well, think about it. So when we have this, okay, we've got these med beds, and people are like, I don't know, and then they say, well, Elon Musk developed it. Oh, hey, yeah, I like my car.
Exactly. Well,
and what would him working with the new government and everything else? He's a trusted figure, and now who better to roll out the free energy? I mean, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
Well, there are these beds, these electrical beds that people say do make them feel better, but and they're calling them med beds, but they're not the real med bed technology. Super Dave, Little Red Castle, and a big Rumble rant. Mike, I had a past girlfriend like that. You will never convince them they're wrong or need help. 15 years later, she still talks about the same subject over and over and over. Well, okay, Dave, I gotta have to distance myself. I mean, I don't really even know this person other than messaging a little bit on Facebook. Rippy Miranda, $10 Rumble Rant. Thank you, Rippy Miranda. When do you see me buying a new vehicle? I assume your name is Miranda. So Miranda wants to know when she's going to be able to buy a new vehicle.
I'm somewhere after the first week of September, maybe the second week.
Carissa, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, "Hey, Mike and Jen. Jen, what does 47-14 mean to you? To me, it means Seahawks versus Panthers 2014, I think October 28th, final score at the Clink. So
that license plate I saw?
47-14. Yeah, I don't know what it's in reference.
I can't tell you what the 47 means to me, but it is connected to the RV for me personally. Things I heard.
47 would be 47 and 14. I don't know what the 14 is. So.
I don't know if the 14 was relevant, but it was a 47-14, and it was a strange enough license plate that when it went in front of me and crossed over, that it was noticed. And it was at a time I was asking for a sign. You know, it was one of those days like, all right, give me a sign. We're still going. This is still happening. This is still real. This is still, it hasn't been screwed up. And a long time ago when I hadn't had, I'll just tell you. Okay.
License plate.
Long time ago when I hadn't purchased as much, I asked, how much would I get at the exchange for this stuff? And he said 47 million. Now, I don't know if he meant 47 million notes, which would be cool. Okay. Yeah. Or $47 million. So, but it doesn't matter if it was right because things changed. I chose to buy more, things like that since then. But that was always kind of like an RV sign. And when I'm sitting there driving and going to the store, you know, and it comes in front of me and I'm like, I actually asked for a sign and then 47 dash. Come on. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
By the way, Miranda says that is exactly within her timeline for buying a new vehicle. You gave me goosebumps. Oh, good. We always like to please here on this, on Real News Live with Mike and Dan. Okay, Tahani, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. I have a dear close friend by the name of Dennis L. that has tested positive for COVID and is very ill with respiratory. He's using ivermectin and chlorine dioxide. What do you recommend? Does he need something more, Jen, or is he on the right track?
I cannot recommend anybody to take anything.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. Is he healing?
What's his name?
Dennis L.
And who's asking?
Tahani. Tahani. Tahani.
There she is, Dennis. He's made some progress, yes.
Good. Okay. Maria, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. I'm starting to feel like I'm drowning in debt. Should I just pay the bare minimums on my credit cards this coming payday? Interest is piling up.
That's what I do, you know.
Totally
could have paid them off or down a long time ago, and I didn't. I'm just like, just pay it. Just pay it.
Financial advice on this show.
Yeah, I can't tell you what to do with how you pay your bills. I mean, if you can swing it and it's not going to put you in a bad situation, you never want that balance to get to the close to the top there, because real quick you could miscalculate, it could push you over, and then it's going to snowball. Okay, and you never want to be late on credit cards.
Yep. Okay, let's see if we can rapid fire a few more Rumble questions that are not Little Red Castles, and then we'll slide over to YouTube real quick before we get out of here. Let's see if I can find some. Melanie would like to know if Jesus has any advice for her. She filed for divorce. Is it in my highest and best good to part ways? Wow. I love him, but he's often abusive when drunk. Melanie, I don't think Jen can help you with that, but
Yes, I can.
You can? Okay.
She was supposed to ask this question today.
Melanie. Okay.
What you're doing right now is not just about you. It's about him seeking the help that he needs to get. And while you're there, he will not do that.
Mm.
You can always go back later.
It's true. Cecilia would like to know if her daughter Olivia and her husband Jacob are going to reconcile. Will Olivia and Jacob reconcile?
Who's asking?
Cecilia.
I don't think so.
Tim Barnfield is bored with his work and would like to know if he will be moving on soon.
With your job?
Yeah, with his job. He's bored.
Encourage him not to do that. It is not the right time to make a decision like that.
Okay.
That is what I heard.
Vic wants to know if the military med beds will grow back limbs. That is what has been reported. That's all we can tell.
So when a lot of people have been asking me questions about the med beds lately, and this is kind of what I've been getting. So your DNA in the purest form, unaltered, without all the little black marks that's been put in over the years, your core DNA sequence, it can restore you to an optimum level within that DNA sequence. So you can't go in there and say, so if you're supposed to be 5'9", sorry guys, and you want to be 6'3", and that's not in your DNA, it's probably not going to happen. If you lost something that should be there, and there's code for that within that DNA sequence, then that can be rebuilt. So somehow they have found a way within that code. So it's not playing God. God gave you the DNA. It's taking out everything that's interfered with that, getting rid of all the sediments and the deterioration and any damage that's been done, to put you back to the best possible you. Okay.
Yeah. That's the thing, Jen. I've always been suspicious of this. Oh, you can be 6'2", and you can have a bigger Johnson, and you can have all this stuff. I've never really bought that, and I've always preferred. I don't want to not be me. I didn't come here to be a Ken doll. I mean, obviously, I'm an extremely handsome man, but I'd rather be the most optimized, handsome Mike Barra that I can be than be somebody else. I mean, it's the old story of, do you want to be a brick or do you want to be a stone? A brick is man-made. It is artificial. And every brick is the same. Every brick looks like a Ken doll. God made you a stone. He made you a special individual, and no two stones are alike. And you chose this DNA for a reason when you came into this lifetime. So I've always kind of I feel like the human race isn't ready for that yet. It'll be just think about being an optimized 32-year-old Mike Barra. Even that would be hell, an optimized 50-year-old me, I'd be happy with. But I've always felt like that part of it, that part of the mythology never really fit for me, and it doesn't seem like it's in God's image.
Well, I think people had way too much time to think about it, and they started embellishing along the way, and people had heard it so many times and said, oh, that's right. Yeah, I can be anything I want to be. Well, within your DNA sequence, within you can be the best version of you, yes, but it may take time. They may correct all the problems, get rid of all the sediments, and the immune system is fixed. And so, everything is functioning perfectly, and then you start regrowing your hair and your skin, you get elasticity again, and you metabolize things correctly. You're going to start over time, if it doesn't happen immediately, looking a lot younger, living a lot longer.
Yep. Okay, any other quick questions in here? No, I think we will slide on over to YouTube now, Jen, and get the questions out of the chat. Let's go to the pinned ones. Bejeweled says, I'm okay with no election and no war. I'm not okay with Kamala taking office. You always have bonus points with me, Jen. So the war thing, are you saying that is it the military that's pushing back on the war, or who's pushing back?
That's where everything gets really jumbled. I mean, like, I'm not seeing a clean linear line on that. I'm seeing like linear lines that go into this big like knot. All right. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I just putting out what I saw, what I got today. I'll try it Wednesday to go get some more and see where we're at.
Kim Clement said something would happen to the DNC at a hotel. Do you see anything? Yeah. Is that Kim Possible chick? She's a little...
No, that is a prophet, and I remember seeing clips of him on stage, you know, with like thundering music and all kinds of stuff. Timelines. You've watched it with me many times. When you see a vision, there's no date or timeline attached to it, unless you've got somebody you're asking now, when is that? Oh yes, that's coming soon. I accept that. You know, like, so that's a human embellishment probably to the actual vision. So it could be now, it could be, like, it have already happened, it could be 100 years from now. I have no idea. That's something that he saw in his personal experience. And
Alessandro would like to know, hi Mike and Jen, this is Angela. Can you ask Jesus when and how much XRP will go up? Should I go out and get more XRP, Jen?
I'm not going to concern Jesus with that.
Come on, Jesus. Gotta know if it's a good investment. Hi Jen, this is Sandy. My husband Clifford has 2 grown daughters that are estranged. Their names are Alexis and Chantel. Will they connect with Clifford in the next 2 years? Thank you very much. Alexis and Chantel, will they connect with
Clifford? One will within the next 6 months. The other one takes longer. It might be like 14 months. But eventually everybody's everyone's civil.
Good. Will the 800 numbers come out to notify us, or do we have to get in contact with the bank first to get them to schedule us for exchange? Nobody knows, but we do believe we're going to get emails with 800 numbers on them. That's what everybody's suspected.
I feel like it's everywhere. I feel like it comes in from everyone you purchase from, different financial institutions, people passing it around. I mean, it's you're not going to miss it.
Does the parade refer to the Trump boat parade this last weekend?
This would be something that's coming.
Coming, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Regina hates my mic sound. Let's go back to the first one.
You got to push it back.
No. Yes. Hello. Yep. Better. I don't know. It just my mic never sounds good to me when I watch replays. So I'm trying to find the optimal settings. Mike and Jennifer. Mike Petitano wants to know: will we have to negotiate rates?
No.
The one you're on now blows my. Thanks, Regina. I hope your puppy's doing well. Gonna probably go out to dinner with Jim and Regina this week. Maybe get to meet their new corgi puppy, who is adorable. I don't think you can negotiate the rate because I think it's fixed, but you can negotiate the fees they charge. Yeah. Is there going to be anything like that? Are we going to be like, give me more? No.
Not the exchange center. They are going to be getting a commission on what you give to them.
Yep.
So they want you there. Now, when you move over to the bank scenario, they may charge a fee when they give you your 1%. I have no idea.
Yeah. And tell them, do you really want my $42 million in your bank or not? Because if you do, you're going to waive that fee and give me 10% interest.
Just be a hard ass with the banks. Jen, on 7/22, the angels told you that Kamala would pass away from having an illness. They did say that. Do you see that still happening? And can you please ask the angels again?
They get her out of the way somehow to get to Grassley. So I'm not going to say somebody's going to pass away on freaking for sure. I have nothing to do with that, by the way, since this is on a podcast. Right. It's a possibility. Because she's in line. It's a possibility.
Bonnie McDonald says, Mike, have you seen the videos of the UFO sightings in Palmdale? Yes, I have. I will tell you this. There are 3 major defense corporations, Northrop Grumman, Hughes, Aerospace, and Boeing, that have facilities at Palmdale. Palmdale is a huge airstrip town. There's Edwards Air Force Base is right near there. And so there's all kinds of experimental aircraft up there. I've been up there in the factory when I worked for Grumman and saw classified aircraft. Okay, so that they got a lot of that there. That's what that town is all about. It could be aliens, investigating what our secret stuff is there. There are people that say that that's where the alien reproduction vehicle is tested and things like that. But it's pretty public, as you can see. And frankly, those look like drone swarms to me, like drones. Jen, do you get anything about that? Of the UFO sightings in Palmdale, aliens or us?
They are aliens that work with us.
Wow. There you go. I was thinking drones. Jeff Rom says Sky Prince is a fraud and will be arrested shortly.
Or work with the Cabal side of the military. Yeah, I think that's just been going on for a while. Yeah.
The Cabal side of the military?
Yeah. They have contracts.
Thanks for your input, Jeff. Go fuck yourself.
What was that?
Oh, he said Sky is a fraud and will be arrested for what? For being
for what? Because she doesn't believe the way you do.
Australia. I mean, come on. Fuck you guys.
Arrested.
I'm sick of this shit. Look, I don't know much about Sky. She may be a little mental.
I don't even watch her videos. I'm not familiar with her much at all.
I mean, she relates what she gets, honestly. You can question her sources, but she relates what she gets, honestly. Could you better balance the Rumble questions with YouTube questions? Well, Nancy, not really, because they're giving us $5 a month to get their questions in line first. So that's the way it works. And when we have time, we get over here to YouTube. We always get some YouTube questions in, but we can't guarantee it.
I am doing the questions, and I will include always free questions. Your $5 a month is a thank you to us and to me for showing up and doing that. Not everybody's always going to get their questions answered. You are not guaranteed because you're giving us $5 a month. How many shows you get for $5 a month? There are always going to be people who don't have anything, who need my help, and I will always answer those questions. But I may not have enough time, like I got to leave in like 4 minutes, to get to everybody.
Some days we get through all of the Little Red Castle questions. Some days we don't. Today we did. We had plenty of time to come over to YouTube. And also some of the questions on Rumble are also free questions. As long as we're over there, we answer free questions too. It just depends on the urgency and intensity of it. If somebody's asking about their kitten, I'm going to get it first. Jen, Libby would like to know, do you see us getting the White House that looks like a church soon?
Oh. Let me see, Libby.
Okay.
Still working on that one.
Okay, Rick Norman would like to know.
No, it's different house. It's a different house than that one.
Oh, okay.
It looks like it's painted like a red, or there is a red barn close by. So if there's a red barn behind the white church, that's what I'm seeing.
Oh yeah, Frederica did do a $5 Rumble rant. I'm sorry, Frederica. when I had a third stroke, did my dad Raymond or my stepdad Jeff come to visit me? They passed. And was I seeing things beyond the veil? So Frederica.
There's like 4 people standing in the corner of the room there. And when you went to seek medical attention there, monitoring the situation, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you did see something.
Okay, gotta get going.
Okay. One more. Mrs. Anna, will my sister Elizabeth come to live with us in our new home, or would she prefer her own condo and us to just come visit when she is lonely?
She does not want to be a burden on anybody, and she doesn't want you guys to go into any kind of trouble. So yeah, if you could help her be in her own space and just be more present, that she'd be really happy with that.
All right, that is going to wrap it up. Thank you everybody for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. Jen, are you going to do a show tomorrow?
Yeah.
Jen is going to do a philosophy tomorrow. You can find her on jenniferfalah.com, YouTube, Jennifer Falah Doring, Philosophy on Telegram, Jennifer Falah Doring on Telegram, Philosophy Chat on Telegram. She's all over Telegram. She's the queen of Telegram. Mike Barra, you can find me at mikebarra.blogspot.com, on Rumble, obviously here on Rumble. Real News Live with Mike and Jen is the channel. Go follow that channel and subscribe if you can. On Telegram, it's Mike Barra 33, all lowercase. Instagram, Mike Barra 333, all lowercase. And on Twitter X, I'm at Mike Barra 333 with a capital M and a capital B. Find me there. Jen, any final thoughts before we head out? Sounds like a kind of exciting, interesting week to watch.
It is going to be a busy, exciting week. It's going to be entertaining. Praying for Wednesday through Friday for the notifications to come out. Don't lose your mind if they don't come out. That just means they're going to push it off to like a Monday.
Chris
Right.
Iverson, did I know that I banned Christine Packer? No, I didn't know that on Telegram. You can unban her if you don't mind, Chris. It probably, she posted something that looks spammy to me because I go through a lot and it's spam. I just delete. And if she has some weird username that doesn't say Christine Packer, I would have done that, but that's probably what happened. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. Jen has to go. She has a reading right now. Jen and I will be back on Wednesday. Jen will be doing philosophy tomorrow. I'll be doing Toxically Masculine Tuesday tomorrow night with Blake and Brooks and Steve and the guys. We're going to talk about Drunken Comes Horus. And
you should have her on. Whiskey and Wisdom. Yeah. I bet she'd come. She's drunk.
Have who on Whiskey and Wisdom?
Kamala. I'm just kidding.
And then Whiskey and Wisdom, Jen and I will be back on Wednesday, and Whiskey and Wisdom, I believe Zester and I are going to do that show as a couple of bachelors without Mark. Mark may show up and check in and tell everybody how he's doing. His procedures will be done by then. So, all right, guys, and he might be back home by Wednesday. Love you guys. See you next time. Jen will see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll both see you Wednesday.